There we go.
Welcome to Average Talks. We are two incredibly average individuals, and this is where we talk about things. I am one of your hosts, Justin. I am joined here by my best friend and also host, Austin. And we are both joined by a mutual friend from high school. His name is Babu. Austin, can you please introduce him a little bit more?
So, other than being one of my friends, and also the other person that started a LARP group that we've remembered, he's just a really cool streamer in general. I like him. He's a cool friend. And sometimes I get to go on a stream under a different name, which I'm probably just going to tell him to call me my real name at this point, because who cares? Babu, take it away.
Hey, hi, I am Babu. I'm using, I guess, an atlas for now, despite them both knowing my first name.
Well, I thought...
And last name and all kinds of... I mean, no, it's cool. I prefer the atlas as of right now.
Cool.
I don't need people looking at me.
Yeah, fair.
Not until I get a face cam.
That's right.
Funny enough, I thought about doing face cam for this, but I think it would just be a little too awkward, especially with what's behind me, which is just a door. And I don't want my roommates just showing up in the middle of my recording.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Mine is just a giant mess that is my room, so...
Fair. That's just stage left of the screen, so no one can see that part.
That's fair. Oh.
But yes, this is episode 7. Episode 7 of the podcast. Our first one with a guest, too, which is really nice. Yay. We're essentially... Babu, we're going to grill you a little bit. We're going to ask you some questions. We're going to get you to say your handle and get you to... Well, essentially, this is a little bit about, like, marketing. Or...
Yeah.
We're going to play a game called Good Cop, Bad Cop. Except it's Good Cop, like...
Serious
someone's
questions?
Good at asking questions, and Bad Cop is in they're really bad at being a cop.
Usually, like, meme questions. Pretty meme questions. We're gonna first start off with, why'd you get into Twitch streaming? Like, what made you do it?
Okay, so I guess what kind of started it all was, it's always something I've thought about doing. It originated probably with a video game I played called Cave Story, where I really, really liked the game. I first played it, I heard about it from another YouTuber or something, and it's like this game that this guy built for multiple years and then finally released it for free online. It's like, oh my god, this is great. And then I played it and it was fantastic. My initial thoughts was it would be great to speedrun this game and like actually get good at that. But to do that, I need all the recording equipment and all this nonsense. This was 5 years ago. Now I'm currently working and saving up. I finally saved up enough money 5 years later to buy a nice computer. And the first thing I really wanted to do was go ahead and stream. One of the reasons why I haven't been playing video games as much as I had in the past is because it's kind of sad to play on your own. At least when I play by myself, it's like, I grew up with my brother in the background, watching over my shoulder, and we'd have fun conversation, and we'd freak out over the same stuff, and I kind of missed a little bit of that. So streaming is kind of a substitute for the lack of people watching me play video games.
Now you just get randos from, I believe, wasn't one of your people from Brazil or something of that nature?
Argentina, I think.
Argentina, yeah. So you just have people around the world watching over your shoulder now.
They kind of keep peeking in. I don't know why it's so many people from the South Americas, but
time zone maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but probably not.
Basically the same time zones as us.
Eh?
So
it's, I don't know. Yeah. I know, playing Modern Warfare 2 now, you find a lot of people from South America, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing, but I don't know, I'm a fan. But that's kind of the main reason. I just wanted to play games with some company, and it's good company.
Yeah. All right, Meme Cop.
Well, Meme Cop, no, I am a outstanding cop with 32 medals to my name.
Oh, I believe it.
If you had 1 hour to eat as many hot dog wieners, just the wieners, no bun, as possible, and for every one you ate, you got $1,000, but if you threw up, you lost all the money, how many do you think you could eat?
This is a good question. So I have the stomach of an insane person. I don't know. I was trying to think of an analogy. It didn't come out. One large pizza's worth of hot dogs. Although that would probably only take me 20 minutes. So over the course of an hour, let's go with 20 wieners. I would put 20 wieners in my mouth for probably $20,000.
And I'm gonna save that recording and use that later. Right? Blackmail.
That's about right. I would say with preparation, I could probably do about 30. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the bitch and say 15 because I would.
I mean that's still $15,000.
Here's a question: can I have barbecue sauce, or is it just plain hot dogs?
Oh, now wait a second. What kind of dogs are these?
Yeah, are these
They're-
Nathan's or like are these Bradley's? Like,
They're definitely not Bradley's. They're like this would be not Nathan, like not like hot dog eating contest level Nathan's, like the annual one, because those are apparently really greasy and like very different from what most hot dogs. But
so we're going with
I would
bog
say,
standard hot
like,
dog.
I'm saying like ballpark, like the ballpark brand.
Okay.
Okay, so fun fact. I forgot about... Okay, so I got a diet that I follow, and I forgot that I don't eat red meat. So in theory, hot dogs are not on the menu. Turkey dogs, however, are.
Turkey
It
dogs.
doesn't-
I'm talking
yeah,
20,
that's fine.
20 turks. Turkey dogs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter exactly how many, or it doesn't matter what kind. I asked a vegan once, and I was like, "Are you vegan hot dogs?"
Yeah. This is a good question, though. I like it.
It is.
Well, because if we can have condiments, I think I can bump mine up to 20. 'Cause barbecue sauce
I'd say
helps.
condiments. Actually, I don't know, because condiments really help with changing the flavor. So like that's a thing that you do when you're doing a food challenge. You're eating a lot of food. You have like different sauces to change up the flavor and like not make it as boring, because it gets boring when you eat a lot
Right.
of one thing.
Yeah.
So
Sickeningly boring.
yeah. So I'll go with. I'll say that you can,
Okay.
just because the rule is as long as you don't throw up.
That's fair.
All right. I'm fine with this. All right. Serious question. Do you want Twitch to be like your main job or just the side hobby?
Definitely a side hobby. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm fine sharing all this. I'm a music student. Music is what I do. I study opera, and that would be a fine career choice in my opinion. As of right now, I do stage work backstage, on top of studying the actual performing part of it. But beyond that, Twitch is just like a side thing. I really like playing video games in front of people.
Okay.
Now, of course, if it makes some extra money on the side, that's perfectly fine with me. But it's never going to be like a real solid job.
I kind of imagine you still singing opera, but you're also like a decently big Twitch streamer at the same time. I think that would
Yeah,
be the
fun.
dream.
I was wondering, like, what if like you just suddenly like make it big? Like, there's always like that one day where like, I don't know,
You gain followers out the butt.
the
Yeah.
current equivalent to Ninja on Twitch now just suddenly hosts you, and then everyone's like, wow, you're amazing, and you get like 1 billion followers and you're instantly partnered. Like, what do you do then? Like,
I mean, that
or
would
do
be that would be amazing. But as of right now, I can barely keep the randos in my chat. So
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that.
I think I
I was just
remember
gonna say, I'll
seeing your
keep going.
stream. Hold on. I will say this real quick. I think I remember seeing your stream. You're doing Cave Story, like the tail end of Cave Story or something.
yeah, that sounds right.
Was that the first thing you ever did on Twitch?
Yes, it was. Cave Story is where I wanted to start because it's a game I love. In fact, I would love to like keep it as a running thing every year, play through it again, and have new people watch it for the first time, or have old people watch it again if they really liked watching that particular game. Hopefully I don't make the same mistake I did in the last one. So that's a kind of a funny story. I played through all the way of Cave Story up until like the final section of the game, and then it occurred to me that I actually totally messed up like 2 hours ago for getting a good ending of the game. And it was unsalvageable. So I was like, okay, that's it. We're calling the stream here. I'm going to go ahead and play through the game for another 2 hours off of stream to get us back to this exact point.
Whew.
So I started off my first stream ever with a 2 hour, like,
Whoops.
oh, let's do it again. But it was nice. It was kind of like, okay, this is the worst it could possibly be. So we dealt with it the first stream, and now it's been pretty, nice since then.
What's the speedrun community like for Cave Story?
Oh, super friendly. I don't actually speedrun the game. However,
Okay,
I float around in their Discord, and everybody in it seems really nice. There's nobody who's like super toxic from what I can tell.
How big is it?
That's a good question. I could give you exact numbers, actually.
Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, I speedrun Far Cry 1, and I also would like to talk about my possible Minecraft speedrunning today. But the Far Cry 1 thing, the entire Cry running community is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's both Far Cry 1, it's the early Far Cries before Far Cry 2, and the first two Crysis games. It's all one community, and it's like 10, 15 people.
Yeah, it looks like we got at least like 200 people in this certain community. Okay. Although that's for all the games that the guys produced.
Okay. So it's similar.
Yeah. But they're all roughly the same type of game, and it's probably like, oh yeah, I speedrun this game, but then I try speedrunning that game when it comes out, and then et cetera, et cetera.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like the Cry running community has category or sections and everything for the newer Far Cry games, but once it gets to like 4 and 5, it's like we're just like completely hands off. That's not our deal.
Yeah,
That's someone else's deal.
Yep, that they have their own mods and everything.
Jeez. You guys talk about speedrunning, and I'm just sitting here going, "Yep, I know what this is. I watch a lot of it, but I don't do any of myself."
I can play a game from the beginning to the end. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where I am right now, personally. But like, I never learned any of the really cool speedrunning tech. Only the very basic stuff.
Huh?
That's like me with Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of the basic strats, and I can beat the game in about 6 hours, but I never actually took the time to really learn an actual an actual route.
All right. Well, go ahead.
What would you do with unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks?
Ooh. First, okay, so I think what I'd want to do is garnish the table. So I would like I would want to make an art installation of soup, salad, and breadsticks, to start with, because I have so many, unlimited. So that would be the starting point. I'm thinking like we do an alternating like circle on a circular table of soup to salad. So soup, salad, soup, salad, soup, salad, all the way around the circumference of the table. And then I think in the middle, I would want to try and build the Leaning Tower of Pisa out of breadsticks.
I like this man. I like this man's ideas.
Now beyond that, I think eating would be in order, but not me. I would want to watch somebody else eat the Leaning Tower of breadsticks.
I'll do it.
While everybody else stares at them sipping on soup and eating salad.
They stare in horror.
Yeah.
Is it horror?
And of course, if I wanted some, I have
amazement?
unlimited, so I can just keep eating them. But
Yeah.
the goal is to make them watch the dude eat it while they also eat, but not the breadsticks. They only get the soup or the salad.
They don't get both.
Yeah.
They just get soup or salad.
Well, okay, I will add to this. I'd probably make Jenga out of breadsticks and just have people play Jenga, and whoever loses has to eat all the salad, and then they die because they can't.
The victors
eat
get to eat the breadsticks.
All of the salad ever?
Well, not all the salad, but just enough to make them sick.
That's really upsetting.
Just like 2 heads of lettuce, and that's it. That's all you get.
I've heard too many good answers to this question for me to actually give my own, but I can throw out some ideas that people have said.
All right, what's the best idea
Let's
you've
hear
heard?
'em.
One of the best that I heard was they would go to Africa and instate a Olive Garden based form of communism. So they would feed everyone with the soup, salad, and breadsticks, but by that they would make themselves the supreme leader and like make an entire communist system out of it. And yeah, it was called Olive Garden based communism.
Oh my god. Not gonna lie, when you initially shot out the idea, I was like, oh, it's just generally a good person. Like, they're not memeing or anything. They're just like, oh yeah, I would go to Africa and feed people with soup, salad, and breadsticks. But no. As soon as you drop the Olive Garden based communism, it was like, oh, I see now.
Here's the meme. It takes us a while to get there.
Another one that I heard was someone was actually kind of figuring or wondering like what exactly defines a salad. And all I could really think of, it's just any like group of things put together, and it's not limited to like meat or not meat, because you can have like chicken in a salad or like beef in a salad. So this guy was just like, I can just produce all of the food ever, as long as it's in salad form, quote unquote.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He does have a point.
Yeah.
You could have all the croutons and just throw croutons as people as ammunition for something.
It's a shame you can't get unlimited milk, though.
Yeah, no unlimited milk.
No, there's no milk in salad. Do not try and argue that one.
Well, actually, if some people define cereal as a soup, so
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
Hold on. I'm gonna argue.
Okay, how is SpaghettiOs not the same as Cheerios?
Because
just
one,
with slightly different
one's
ingredients.
noodle.
one is more sugary, and one you use for the beginning of your day. You're not going to open a can of SpaghettiOs to begin your day.
That's what you think.
Fuck off.
But we already do that with Cheerios, don't you see?
No, I'm not doing that with SpaghettiOs. I would reach for cereal.
Cheerios are also gluten free, so
Well, there you go. Cheerios better.
Actually?
SpaghettiOs are not gluten free.
There, booyah. Cereal 1.
They probably make not gluten-free Cheerios.
They used to.
What about the
But now-
Publix brand? Is the Publix brand
Yeah.
Cheerios gluten-free?
Yeah, I don't know. Off-brand Cheerios probably aren't gluten free,
Eh,
or non-name brand, I guess.
yeah,
Anything that isn't Cheerio.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
That's probably their gimmick.
All right,
Actually, I think it is. But-
serious question time.
All right.
Well, other than video games, and actually, what other hobbies do you have?
Other hobbies. Okay, so I work a lot.
Yeah,
So my
same.
hobbies are few and far between. However, I enjoy biking, and I enjoy complaining about biking.
Mountain or road?
Road.
Nice.
So it gives me a really good reason to complain about biking.
Yeah.
I also love rock climbing. That's the other big thing that I really, really enjoy doing. I haven't had as much time for it as I'd like over the past few months, but I do try and make my membership even out to the amount that I'd spend going just one-shotting at the gym.
That's fair.
But it's fun. I've talked about on stream how I really like puzzle games. Rock climbing is a combination of puzzling and brute strengthing. So it's like, you got to figure out what to do for certain routes that they plan out in the gym. And I don't know, it forces you to actually think about things. If you keep throwing yourself at the wall, you'll get better eventually, but you're making it way harder for yourself than it really needs to be.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Back to the concept of biking, though. Yeah, no, I absolutely love complaining about the people in this town.
Do you have any fun stories?
Oh, I've got plenty.
Don't be too
I've got-
specific about locations.
No, don't worry
Although
about it.
we've already kind of fucked ourselves
My-
in
my-
earlier episodes, so.
That's fine. It's the same as me dropping my name on one of my streams. It's like, oh well, that happened. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, so I've got 3 pretty good stories. They all involve me getting in bike accidents. We're gonna start with the least entertaining and move on to the most entertaining. First story. I'm biking home from school. This is also the most recent. My chain slips off of my front wheel, or off the front gear, and I basically tumble onto the road post an intersection.
Oh, no.
Right in front of 5 high schoolers, because I live right next to a high school. Thank God that it was parent-teacher day at the high school, so all the high schoolers had their parents out with them who are able to actually help me, rather than me dealing with a bunch of 14-year-olds who don't know how to handle an injured person. But yeah, they called the 911 for me. They got a cop over, an ambulance came, and they checked me. I had a minor concussion and some road rash. I'm still dealing with some scars from that, but anyway, that was the first one.
Quick pause.
Second one.
Quick pause.
Yes.
You had a minor concussion.
Yeah.
That's why you wear a helmet.
I did wear a helmet. I always wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
figured you would.
Holy shit, Babu.
Second injury, or second time. This is the second thing that happened. It sounds a lot worse than it was. I was at an intersection behind a truck. I don't like to pull into bike lanes at intersections, and there's a very good rule for this. If you're in the bike lane and there's a row of cars on the left of you, and you're riding down the bike lane and the light is red, as you're doing that, it's very possible that the light will change to green. And when that happens, and if a car makes a right turn because they don't see you for God's sake and reason, they cut you off, and you could very easily crash into a car at high speed. So that's why I pull out of bike lanes when I go into intersections, and that's why if you see a bicyclist doing the same thing, you should respect that. Anyway, I was behind this pickup truck, and he had pulled way too far forward, and a bus was trying to make a turn. So you can imagine the pickup truck is like, oh, I better make room for the bus. Doesn't check his mirrors, throws his car in reverse, and backs over my bike.
Oh god.
So that happened once. And then final story.
Wait, was the bike okay? Or are you okay?
I was fine. Bike was the wheel got crooked. Like the wheel and the handlebar like didn't line up correctly. The guy tried to help me out as best he could, but I'm still upset about it.
Are you using that bike?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I got a nicer bike a few years later. This is the final story, which happened on the current bike I'm still riding. I am riding on the sidewalk because the road is ass. I'm going down a hill, and behind me I hear the sound of scraping metal. And my instinct goes, all right, I'm going to slow down. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to let whatever is going on behind me happen because I really don't want to get hit by some car or whatever. Turns out that it was actually a dude on his motorcycle who had been bumped off of his motorcycle because, again, the road was ass. And the motorcycle actually drove off of the road, hopped the curb onto the sidewalk, and hit me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Now, I lucked the... Do you guys?
Yeah, we
cursing?
can curse. We can say
okay,
fuck.
I lucked the fuck out so hard. So when I brake, I stand up on all fours pretty much. I'm basically doing like a mini push-up on my bike. So nothing is caught. I'm just like suspended in the air. The motorcycle comes and grabs my bicycle out from underneath me. Right? And just I land on all fours, like some scratches on the hands. I was braking, so I was only going like maybe 2 miles an hour at the time that it hit me. My bike, on the other hand, got cartwheeled at least 10 feet away from me.
Holy shit.
And the dude was like, oh my god, are you okay? Now, this dude was in way worse shape than I was, because he must have crashed going 30. And clearly he wasn't like, it's a college kid. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He had no protective gear on
just the way
probably
it is.
at all.
No, his hands look so... Oh my god. Anyway, that happened, and I looked at my bike. The wheels had become so incredibly untrue that they were just wobbling back and forth if you tried to ride it. The bike seat had actually split the post that it comes out of. So, like those cartoons
Oh my
where,
God.
like, Bugs Bunny sticks, like, his finger inside of a shotgun, and it, like, banana peels open?
Oh, really?
That's kind of what happened to my bike post.
Jesus.
I wish I had pictures. It was so bad. I really regret not getting the dude's contact information, because that was a $200 repair on my bike.
Yeah.
But it's still rideable. I still ride it to this day, and I lucked out so hard. I literally got hit by a motorcycle.
And, oh my god, dude.
and with no injuries.
I'm fucking speechless. Shit.
But on top of that, people in cars, they can be jerks sometimes. I get honked at, I get catcalled, I get slandered. I don't know. People are like, "Get the fuck out of the road, you moron!" And I'm like, "Dude, I have the right of way. I'm on a bike. Like, there's a sign that says right there, like, look out for bicyclists. We belong here." for like the stupidest stuff. And then also there's like a weird combination of people being too nice to bicyclists. Like, so I'll be coming up to a stop sign and I'm waiting for cars to go past because they don't have a stop sign. And of course some old lady is like, oh, I'm going to be nice to the bicyclist. So she hits her brakes and like stops traffic behind her. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to try and take that as an act of kindness because some asshole is going to be like, why is this woman stopped? Swerves into the right lane, and then suddenly there's a bicyclist in front of him, and I couldn't see him because there's like a line of cars in the way. So it's like, I'll follow the road rules, you guys follow the road rules, and everything's gonna be fine. Like, you know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
I've said in an earlier podcast, people don't follow the goddamn rules of the road. They're
No, they
assholes
don't.
and
Not at all.
shitheads.
Oh, it's gotten so much worse over the past few years too. But that's my tangent. That's my stories on biking, and that is one of my hobbies. So
I got into like, just to add to this entire cycling discussion, I got into cycling for a few months. I want to get back into it. I still have my bike sitting in my car, but I haven't actually gotten into actually riding again. But when I did, I was living in Daytona because I was in college there, and pretty much every day that I went on a ride, I was riding, because I wasn't commuting at all. I was just riding to work out.
yeah,
And I would do about 15-mile rides 3 times a week. And almost for the first like month, every time I rode, someone would say asshole, and I'm just like sitting there at a stoplight, just like, what?
yeah.
And yeah, like, people get so mad just because you're on the road, like when there's no sidewalk and you're on a road bike. Like,
It reminds me of a time I went trail riding at a nature park, and again we had people shouting at us, and it's like, really? We're on a trail or something. Like, sure, it's a road, but like, and you guys are allowed to use the road, but why are you guys honking at us? Like, we're just enjoying our Saturday at like
Nature.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm talking to my friends about this when we stop at a restaurant on the way back home, and this old lady was eavesdropping on our conversations. Like, man, I just can't believe, like, why do people like just treat bicyclists like trash sometimes? And this old lady leans over and she's like, "'Cause you're on the damn road." And I'm like, it's like, thanks, lady. I sure.
Thanks, Boomer.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a good moment.
The frustrating thing is that, like, you can actually like find videos online of like dumb cyclists like crashing or like causing accidents on the road.
Oh yeah,
and it's frustrating because they actually give the entire cycling community a horrible name.
No, yeah, because they retaliate in a way that's not fun. A friend of mine actually said to me, it's like, yeah, so whenever somebody's like doing a bad thing on the road and I like really need to gesture at them, I don't like flip them off or anything like that. I actually give them a thumbs down. Because it's just like, this is what I like think of you. It's not violent, but it's like, I disapprove of whatever the hell you're doing.
I am the Caesar of this Colosseum, and I disapprove of you.
I really want to start just thumbs downing things. Just in general in life.
I'm probably about to start doing that too, because that shit's funny.
Oh, it's great.
Oh.
Anyway.
All right. Here, I'm actually going to ask this question because I thought of it. A no holds barred fight of waves of 5 third graders and a 5th wave consisting of 1 5th grader. How many waves can you last?
Oh, I think I'd win all of them.
How you think you only get a minute in between waves to catch your breath?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I could
that'd be pretty
destroy all
easy.
of them.
Okay, no holds bar fight.
No holds barred. That means biting, kicking,
no
punching.
holds barred, because you put a no holds bar fight. This isn't a
Did
bar
I put
fight,
barred?
right?
No, I meant to put barred. Barred.
Okay.
Barred.
Okay.
Barred.
Okay. So like, you can't just, you're not in a bar, just like, you can't just smash a bottle and start stabbing children.
Correct.
No.
Right. Okay.
You're just fist. Just what you have on you right
just
now.
Fist. Okay.
Now my greatest fear of this fight would be the fact that they're all short, and therefore every punch that they try and throw is going to land below the belt.
Yeah.
That is
That's
only
the fear. True fear.
I have. Now here's the thing.
Fear.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say my fear with it is that all of them, they're children, so they're super sneaky. Like one of them's gonna sneak a knife into it.
Oh.
Just like that 5th grader's gonna be over there. Got you.
The 5th grader is just going to bring a baseball bat out of nowhere, and you're not going to see it coming.
Oh. Well, okay. This is where I think I have my advantages. Okay, in seriousness. Earlier we were talking about LARPing. I have kept up with it.
Really?
So, yeah, I participate in a phone-based sport called Dagger here. It's got no magic, no classes. You got a character, and you got yourself, and everything that you do is what your character does. You have no extra buffs, or like you can't like, oh, I blocked that with whatever kind of ability. No, you have to physically block shit.
It's probably for the better, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so because I first of all, I'm pretty used to throwing out shots that aren't readable. People don't like immediately read what kind of shots I'm going for, or
You tall, lanky
I'm
man.
pretty coordinated with both of my hands. I bike, so I have stamina. I have so much stamina. I've been doing this for 5 years every single day because I ride to and from school. And then on top of that, I rock climb. So in terms of physical fitness, I'm feeling more healthy than I ever have in like pretty much my entire life.
I need to start
So-
biking. This is what I'm hearing
good.
from this podcast. Like, I need to start
I
biking.
need to get in. Like, I really want to get into it again. Like, what I usually do, just because I'm cycling for workouts, is I just go on the St. Mark's Trail and just ride that. I mean, it's 30 miles down and back.
I mean, it burns a lot of calories.
Yeah, it does. I remember at my peak, I did a 50-mile ride and I feasted after it.
Oh yeah, no. Like I think yesterday, like okay, so over the course of probably 6 hours, I downed 2 bags of potato chips, and I doubt it's gonna have any effect on my current weight. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm feeling.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Like I'm gonna keep going with this. The competitive eater, Eric the Electric, he has a pretty big YouTube channel now.
Mhm.
But he got into cycling after a fight with anorexia, pretty much. Like as he was getting off of it, as he was recovering from anorexia,
Mm.
he started getting into cycling, and he went from being anorexic to being a very impressive competitive eater. But he's not a binge eater, which is something that some people think that he went from one eating disorder to another, but no, he's not binge eating. But I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh, he cycles every day, about 30 to 50 miles, depending on the ride or
Sweet.
depending on the day.
now that's
and then-
incredible.
Yeah, and then on top of that, he also lifts every day. But
Yeah.
it makes sense when he's eating 20,000 calorie meals once a week.
Right. No, that makes total sense. I mean, I only ride probably 5 to 10 miles every day max,
Yeah.
which is nothing compared to 50. Oh my god, I did 60
Yeah.
once in one day, and I was barely able to walk the next day.
I don't remember if I ever did 55, but I definitely remember on my 50-mile ride, because I was trying to work to a century, and then a lot of stuff happened, and I just gave up on it, and then I got fat. But yeah, it was in the middle of my 50-mile ride, and this is a 3-hour ride, and it was like a cloudy, gloomy day, and it just rained the day before, and like I'm like halfway through it, not even halfway, and I'm like, I am bored. It was just miserable.
I am
I'm just
bored.
riding along. I'm like, ugh. Just started talking to myself at one point, like
I fucking do that
like,
shit.
there's nothing to do. And then you see one other cyclist on the road, and you wave, and then that's the best 5 minutes of the ride.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now, to be fair, okay, so you got to go. For me, it's like, oh, if I'm gonna do a long bike, I got to be somewhere nice. Like biking all of St. Mark's, that is a good one
Yeah.
because it's
You
anyway.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I did the trail. I started from like the very beginning of the trailhead, and then I biked pretty much all the way down to the lighthouse, and that
Oh,
to and from
nice,
is
yeah.
60 miles, just about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta. Whenever I do eventually get back into cycling, which should be soon,
Get me into it.
I will definitely look into
Let
that.
me know. I want to join you guys.
Yeah, all three of
Yeah.
us. Let's all fucking three do
Yeah,
it
we can-
because I need to be not lazy anymore.
Yeah,
I've done
Baba,
it
you
with
can
people
pace
who
us.
are pretty casual bikers. Now they were fit, but they never really biked that far, and they were able to
Yeah.
get through it.
I need
so
to buy a bike.
It's to get a good one. It's gonna cost a little bit of money.
mine cost 300, but
Mine is worth 400. I got it for 100
mm,
from a guy who worked at a bike shop that I knew personally.
So you're saying is I need to get a friend who owns a bike shop. Got it. Cool.
yep, that's a good one.
I feel like I had one other thing to add to that, but I lost it, so let's carry on.
Alright. Well, I can safely say that we went through most of the things that I wanted to talk to you about. You've answered the other 3. You've answered 2 of them. Oh, actually, no, you didn't answer this one. Why'd you choose the name Babatosh?
Okay, so actually, you guys, I was preparing myself for this podcast, and I was like, here's the name, right? Why do I have this name? And I still remember very distinctively to the reason why I have this name. It started back in, I want to say middle school. In middle school, me and my brother were into a popular GameCube game. Sorry, not popular GameCube game. A very obscure GameCube game that both he and I found popular. It's called Phantasy Star Online.
Oh
Now,
my
we had
god.
the version.
I'm familiar with Phantasy
Yeah.
Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had it for the GameCube. We actually had the Phantasy Star Episode 1 and 2 Plus, which was well worth over $200 because it included one extra offline quest. The game had no online following for the GameCube anymore because all the servers had been taken down for obvious reasons.
Time, money.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just like nobody was playing it at the time. Anyway, we were creating new characters for probably the 3rd time. Names that I'd used in the past was like Kiddo. I like to use my middle name, which is Hiroshi. But I was looking for something new at the time. And I was in middle school. You guys knew me in high school and somewhat of middle school, I guess.
I remember you more in high school.
Interacted once.
I knew you existed.
But, you know, our library had a manga collection, period. There was a series in there called Mar. I don't know if you guys ever read it. But it was basically a early isekai manga that involves like a kid getting transported to another world, and he has to like fight people in order to return back to his original world or dimension or whatever.
Austin, didn't you read that?
Oh, it's Mare.
I remember in like 5th or 6th
Mare.
grade. Yeah,
Mare.
we'd call it Mar, and you're like, it's Mare.
Yeah, no, I remember this fucking. Yeah, I read all this shit.
Okay.
This shit was awesome.
So in the book, there was a weapon. It was a kendama. That's the type of thing, or a cup and ball game, as they referred to it as the English translation. And his name was Babu.
Oh
Now,
my fucking god.
Years later, we played another game. It was an online game, and you know, online games at the time didn't let you use the same usernames as other people who currently were playing the game. Like RuneScape, it was a huge pain in the ass to find a good name that worked. I used Lighter like 137 for years. Anyway, so I looked up the name Babu, and it was taken. So I was like, damn it, what can I do? And I was like, I'll just throw a Tosh on the end of it. Babu Tosh. And apparently nobody else has thought of that. So
Fucking hell.
I've been rolling with it for at least 10 years now. It's my Pokemon Go avatar name. It's my Twitter handle. It's my Twitch streaming name. I've been using it forever, and I've only recently encountered like 1 or 2 people with the same name. But beyond that, it's been pretty nice.
Your origin story for your name is very similar to mine with Porky of the Pine.
Fucking.
It's incredibly similar.
Yeah.
My mouth is just agape because I'm just like remembering Mare and all that stuff, and I'm like, how many times have I seen this motherfucker named Babo? How many times? How many times have I not put 2 and 2 together? God damn it.
But it's not a very popular manga. I don't even think it's that good. I recently finished rereading something called Toriko, which the library also had at the time. And, you know, later on I find it in, like, you know, manga archives or whatever. And it's not good. I'm not going to lie. It's not great. Finishing it was kind of a slog. It was like, it went from, oh yeah, like gourmet hunters and they're out finding like new subspecies of food or whatever. And then it went to, there's a bunch of political bullshit going on. And then it went to aliens. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's anime, man. That's anime. Shit just happens. And it gets weird.
Apparently Naruto went the same way. And I'm like, Are you kidding me?
Naruto became space magic.
I was like, this is, oh god damn it! Why did they both succumb to space magic? Why couldn't it just remained ninjas and hunters? Like that would have been cool, but no, aliens. Yeah. They had to incorporate aliens somehow. But anyway, that's Mar was on the same caliber. I think it was better than Toriko in my opinion, if my memory serves me correctly, which it didn't. So
I had to look up Toriko again, and I remember what you're talking about now. I'm like, memories flooding back.
I think the only manga that I checked out of the library was Yotsuba.
Yotsuba was good.
Yotsuba is the cutest shit ever.
Yotsuba was killer. Now that I was like,
it was great. Yeah.
I thought so my mind went Inuyasha, and I'm like, it was alright. I read a bit of that, but no. Yotsuba.
I never read any
oh my god, that is a gold mine. If you have not read Yotsuba, I highly recommend it.
I haven't read it.
But...
I don't think I've read past the sixth book. I want to say that's where I stopped.
They've only got like 8. You could probably find it somewhere, but no, that stuff is hilarious. Like, I distinctively remember my brother like throwing shit at me because he's like, "Why the hell are you laughing?" And then 2 years later, he was like, "Oh,
I got you.
I see now." Also, it was really weird. So there was another series called Chibi Vampire in the library for some time.
I remember that.
Okay, I actually really liked it. It was like the first like real romantic based anything I'd read in middle or high school, and then it disappeared because apparently it wasn't good for kids.
Nope.
However, Flame of Recca got to stick around in the library.
Okay,
I was about to bring that up.
Frontal nudity. I bet it's still in there. Like, what the? There was no nudity in Chibi Vampire. Now, it had some weird shit in like the later novels, but Flame of Recca literally just had titties out, and it was like, are you kidding me?
It was in several books too. I remember that.
It was all over the place. Like, I'm like, how did this get past you guys? How did you guys see this and go, yeah, that's cool?
I think I can distinctly remember.
It did.
I think I can remember each like manga number because it was 1, 4,
yes.
8,
I bet you
and I
memorized
want to
that.
say 15. Fuck off!
It was the same goddamn character every single time.
No.
No.
There was a. Why do I know this? Why do I remember this? God, I'm a nerd, and also just a fucking horny fucker.
Because you dedicated a lot of time in
Shut the
middle
fuck
school
up!
to
No, I
this.
did not. It was like
first one
a
was like the
magazine
Wind
or
Girl.
something that was inside the thing. I remember. No, they were using it to blackmail Rekka. Oh god, why? Oh god, fucking memories. I need to stop thinking about this.
Digging up old bones.
No, it's like every time I think about one of those books from high school, I'm like, wow, I sunk so much time into those books. Like,
Oh yeah.
Like I would check out. Okay, I remember this. Austin, I believe you won the scholarship in high school for most books checked out.
Yep.
I was second place by like 20 because I kept checking out the same goddamn manga for years.
Yeah.
like, and I just stopped senior year. I literally could have. You could be down $2,000 and I could be up $2,000. Like that's how close it was.
And I would like to say I did go to college still. I know. I just went different college because I remember you talking about it on Twitch. I'm like, I wonder who that guy was. 10 minutes later, hey, he was talking about me. What the fuck?
That's right.
Oh, I was that guy.
No, I really blew it in high school. Not for that one. That was not the scholarship that I should have won. I should have won the music scholarship.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah.
But
Who won that one?
Emily Harris, I think is her name. No, that sounds wrong.
Was it
She's
No.
You guys know Blake?
Oh yeah, no, that's Chimera's.
Blake's fiance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
she
even know
won
she
it.
did anything with music.
No, she studied for I think half a semester or like one semester at the College of Music, and then she disappeared. That was a full ride, and I didn't get it.
Damn.
Oh my god.
And I've been studying for 5 years now, and been doing actual things. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Well, this is our banter segment is taking up a long ass portion.
Sorry, I've been going.
This
on
is pretty
tangents
normal.
lately.
This is
very
content.
average for our
This
banter
is
session.
content.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, this is us. Let's hope not to do a 2-hour session because I do still have things I gotta do.
I'm gonna
fine.
go out of my way to make this 2-hour
Don't
session
you
just to make your
fucking
life harder.
dare. Don't.
Hey, I've got the TED Talk section. I control this stream.
Oh, God.
Sorry, not
Yeah.
this stream. This
Recording.
podcast. I usually control the stream though.
Yeah, you do. Anywho.
Actually, I don't. I have no control over that stream. People are just like, "Hey, go to Goomstario Temple," and I'm like, "What the fuck is Goomstario Temple?" And then I spend 30 minutes looking for it, and it's like, "Hey, I've been trolling you for the past." Fuck.
Oh god.
Have you been trolled that hard before on stream?
Maybe not for half an hour, but definitely I've made 15-minute detours because somebody said something that I thought I read correctly.
Heh.
Turns out it was just like, okay, so there was some sort of flavor text in Paper Mario that had something to do with Goomstario Temple. That's not at all what I had to do. But I was I'd already gotten in my head, it's like, Goomstario Temple. I know where that is. And then it turns out that's not what it was. It was some other named place because I'm terrible with names. And then other people kept egging me on. It's like, no. Goomstario Temple is in the blank area. So yeah, there was a 15-minute detour in search for the elusive Goomstario Temple, which I'm pretty sure is in Paper Mario 1, not Thousand Year Door. Which is why it... Anyway.
Oh, all right. So this is the part of where banter segment is over, and I'm actually gonna give it over.
Aw.
What? Yeah, we're gonna stop bantering for now. We're gonna get into some other stuff because we need to keep going.
Gosh. No one understands.
Why am I the straight man out of this trio? Or why?
You calling us gay?
What?
You calling us gay?
No. I mean the straight son of a bitch. Justin, what'd you do last week?
What did I do last week? What did I do? I saw 2 movies, and I played a little bit of PC Building Simulator, and I can actually throw in my Minecraft speedrunning topic in this.
Fine. Do it.
Ooh.
All right, so I saw 2 movies. One of them was Downhill, and the other was The Lodge. Do you guys know of either of those movies?
Nope.
All right. So, yeah, I figured that they're, I don't want to say obscure, but, like, I haven't seen very much advertising for either of them. But, plot summary for Downhill, a family goes on vacation to Austria to ski in the Alps. When an avalanche comes barreling towards them, the husband runs away while the wife grabs the children and hunkers down, preparing for the worst. After realizing everyone was okay, she sees that her husband had grabbed his phone and ran off. And afterward, their marriage is kind of put to the test. So, what do you guys think of this?
Here's my question. Is this seen as like a weird comedy, or is this like a melodrama?
It's a drama with comedic bits, which I'll get into a little bit more.
Starring comedian.
All right.
Yeah, it's the main actor is Will Ferrell. So like, yeah, and it's also got that one guy. I never remember his name, but the red-haired dude in Game of Thrones. The North of the Wall, the Wildling. It's got him in it.
Tormund?
I think so.
Ooh, that was
Giant Spain? Wait, Tormund's Giant Spain's in the shit? Hold on.
Yes. He's in the movie.
Okay.
So like, it's got funny things, but it's not I wouldn't call it a funny movie. I wouldn't call it a comedy.
Okay.
But what would you guys? What's your guess on the rating?
Skip.
I might say stream. Yeah, I'm gonna say
Alright.
stream.
All right. Well, for anyone who is their first time listening, our rating system is see it, stream it, skip it. See it is it's worth spending money to go see. Stream it means don't really go out of your way to see it, but if it's on a streaming service of choice, might as well put it on. And skip it means it's not worth your time. So, this movie is it's like a Marriage Story, that one movie on Netflix with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. It's like that, but with like comedic bits. So it's very serious in a way, and it's like kind of like couple drama. But this movie has a great story, great actors. It perfectly captures the tension between like a couple like following an event like this, where like the wife was like focused on the kids and the husband was just kind of focused on himself. And I watched like half of the Hot Ones episode with Will Ferrell where he was promoting the movie, and he talked about how the comedy with this movie is that everyone is extremely relatable, and it's super true. So, like, the entire time, Valerie and I were sitting in the theater, like, pointing at each other, being like, that's you, that's me. Like, it was, the entire movie was just really, like, just relatable with a lot of the drama. But the topic of this movie definitely makes it not for everyone, and for that one reason, I have to give it a stream it.
Okay.
But otherwise, this is a great movie.
Okay. I was going to say, it doesn't seem like a movie that I would be interested in personally. Melodrama is not really my thing. But...
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I can't give this a see it, just because of that one reason. Like, I don't want to tell people that they should see this movie when, like, they're going to be like, what is this? This is just drama between a married couple.
Yeah.
So moving on to The Lodge. This is a horror movie. I actually had a really hard time making a plot summary with no spoilers, but this is what I got. A family travels to their remote lodge to celebrate Christmas. When the father abruptly leaves for work, he leaves the 2 children with his new girlfriend, which they hate. The children hate her. And then when they get snowed in, the girlfriend's dark past begins to haunt her. What are your thoughts?
Without spoiler stuff, hearing this, I kind of just want to see it already. Like, it sounds interesting, at least.
All right.
It's got an interesting premise.
I hate horror movies, so that's a bad first sign. I also really hate Christmas films, so that's a second really bad sign.
This movie is not made for you.
No, not at all. However,
if it makes you feel any better, the Christmas part of it is a very small...
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
It's the middle of, like, what, February? If they were going to actually make a Christmas movie, they should have released that 2 months ago. But, beyond that, I'm going to have to give it a skip it. Just
All right.
based on
All right.
my preferences.
Well, this movie is definitely interesting. They took a lot of... They took a lot of tropes, so it's like, you know, cabin in the woods and culty stuff, and I guess I don't want to say like hauntings, but I guess a psychological haunting to an extent. And they put it all into one thing, and it made it something incredibly unique. And there is one super unsettling scene like this. I would call this an actual scary scene, because it's not a jump scare. It's not like unsettling imagery. It's just you're just like, it's just super tense, and you're, both me and Valerie were sitting there like, we are legitimately scared like right now. And that's just very uncommon nowadays in a lot of horror movies. But the one big thing is with this movie is that they took in a direction that I really wasn't a fan of. Which it was just like, I don't know how to explain it, because I wasn't upset by it. Like, it wasn't like the turning where it just completely ruined the movie, because it was like they started to take it in that direction, but then they're like, nah, we're still gonna make everything awful in a good way, I guess.
Gotcha.
But overall, just because of the uniqueness and that terrifying scene, this is a see it.
Okay.
I'm so fucking interested now. Like,
I recommend that you see this. Maybe not alone, but
fuck it. I'm a big man. I don't need no goddamn.
you like, yeah,
Don't invite me.
you definitely could see this without. Like, you could see this alone without any issues.
It's in theaters, right?
It is.
But do you think it'll be there
doesn't
next week?
It might. I'm really not sure. When we went, we were already put in the smaller theaters, like the ones that aren't actually like the stadium seating is like very half-assed.
Yeah.
So like it's more flat, and yeah, those are usually the movies on their way out or not very popular movies.
I might try and see that. I definitely might try and see it. If not, I will definitely wait until like Google Play or whatever has it.
Yeah, this is definitely worth spending the money to see.
All right.
To go into the other things that I did, I played PC Building Simulator, which I actually looked at my Steam hours for not too long, or what am I trying to say? I looked at my Steam hours, like Steam play hours of PC Building Simulator, and I have a whopping 9 hours in that game.
Already?
In the past, 3 weeks, which is it sounds sad for anyone who plays games a lot, but at the moment, yeah, we're all just like any spare time I have, I just put into PC Building Simulator.
Interesting. So my initial thought was PC Building Simulator was like a euphemism for literally having to build a PC. Like you were just like, I'm stuck playing this made up game that I have to call a game in order to get through it, but I'm stuck trying to put together this goddamn PC.
That actually reminds me. that reminds me of last week. I said I was talking about pulling a motherboard out of one case and putting it in another. And I said it was real life PC Building Simulator, and I was like, wait.
Yeah, that's still funny. God damn, that's still funny.
But the one interesting thing is that on my YouTube recommendations, I started getting some Minecraft speedrun videos, which I've seen a few in the past, and I watched the SGDQ run with a random seed glitchless.
Okay.
And I found that really interesting, and I started kind of trying to implement a little bit of speedrunning strats when I'm just kind of casually playing Minecraft. But then I watched a set seed glitchless run, which the only reason why Minecraft wasn't my first speed game was because I didn't really want to do set seed. But I watched a set seed speedrun, and he did it in less than 5 minutes.
What?
And I was like, oh my god.
Incredible.
And I was like, I need to get on this because that just looks fun. And so I've started just not timing myself. I've started doing the run, and I'm not doing the strat that he did. I'm not taking the exact same path. I'm taking the much easier but longer path. And the problem that I'm at right now is fighting the Ender Dragon. I do not have enough snowballs to destroy all of the tower things, and I'm not good at the timing of destroying the bed when the dragon gets near.
I was gonna ask, what the fuck are the parameters for beating the game? Do you just have to fight and kill the Ender Dragon? Is that it?
It's killing the Ender Dragon and reaching the credits, quote unquote.
Huh.
I've seen that run before, and it's pretty incredible. It's definitely worth 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah. It's so crazy to watch. The video's 17 minutes long, and I guess he spends the rest of the time just freaking out about it, because it's hilarious. The entire time the chat's like, this run's garbage, restart. And then he gets a world record. You see the chat change in the middle of him fighting the Ender Dragon. They're like, wait.
Wait a second. Boom. Oh, fucking hell.
That's all I had. Austin, what did you do last week?
Let's see. So, I played D&D, as I usually do, after the day after recording this podcast, and then editing it. I keep watching a lot of YouTube, and it's mostly the Modern Rogue. I think I shelled them out last week, and I'm shelling them out this week again, because they've actually taught me more about bourbon and whiskey and that kind of thing. Because they've done episodes with some people called
Whiskey Tribe?
Yeah, Whiskey Tribe. Whiskey Tribe's nice.
Yeah,
I like them. They're cool.
They're the best.
But learning about everything that I can from them. Also, the lockpicking lawyer. If you ever look up this man on YouTube, he is amazing.
Great, yeah.
He goes, "Oh, this high security lock that's supposed to hold military grade stuff. Yeah, I can pick it apart in about 30 seconds." I'm like, what the fuck?
I've seen one video by him, and he's just like, hey, look at all these standard locks that everybody uses. Check out how dumb they are. And, literally, is able to pick them in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. I love all of his stuff. His stuff is great. You should check out their stuff, too. I haven't played really any video games. I've been stuck with D&D, and I say stuck as in a good thing. I've been painting. Trying to paint one of my players' minis that I need to do tonight before tomorrow. God, that's gonna be fun. That and I put it into the arts and stuff section of the Average Talks Discord, and you can see what I've built, and essentially an hour and a half of work. Luckily, I did not have to make a lot of the bricks. They were already pre-made. I just had them sitting around and not doing shit. So I used a lot of the pre-made stuff and only had to cut about, I would say, a layer and a half's worth. But I made a small castle for my D&D crew for this Wednesday. I just need to make it gray and I need to prime it, then make it gray, and then cut out the middle, because that's where all the extra hot glue went. I also get to talk about me burning myself with a fucking hot glue gun, because that was fun. Well,
Ooh.
no, not really burning, but essentially,
Right.
I had a dollop of glue drip down, and I had the castle in my lap, in my chair, because I'm working with the pieces there. And I would essentially just put a thing of glue on a brick, put it down one way, grab another brick, put another piece of glue down, do another brick, and that's how I did it. I did one by one by one by one by one. And then I had a moment where I'm like, oh, I'm changing the video of what I'm listening to because I don't like silence too much. I don't have tinnitus or anything. I just need something in the background. I don't know, I'm a dog. But the hot glue came off the tip, dripped down onto my knee, and it glued pieces of my hair together, and I had to get that off of me because it hurt. And then I tried to pull it, and I was not fast enough, and there was just a dollop of glue in my hair, on my leg hair, and I have some thick ass leg hair, like it's fucking Chewbacca up in this bitch, and
Silently screaming.
and I'm like, how do I get rid of this? I'm like, I can pull it. Starts to pull. Ow. Hell no. Okay. No. I'm like,
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
that's the thing. I was like, nah, bitch move. I'm going to go into my bathroom and grab my razor and just cut around it. So now there's a little patch on my knee that doesn't have hair.
I was kind of hoping you'd like go to your bathroom, grab your like blow dryer, and try and like remelt it back off.
See, I didn't even think
Get a
about
heat
that.
gun and just like.
Funny enough, I have a heat gun, and I am not
I
using
bet you
that on
do.
me.
Ooh.
Because
I would
that
not
shit
use
hurts.
a heat gun on
No.
my own leg.
No, a heat gun hurts. Like, it fucking lances out fucking heat.
Yeah,
Like,
the blow dryer is the safer option.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
blow dryer is definitely a safer option. But yeah, that's what I did. Babu, what'd you do last week?
Okay, so.
Oh, I
for the
played
past
Terraria.
week-
I forgot.
Yeah. You were there for that. I'll mention that. So for the past week, I've been pretty much, working. I have like 4 jobs, so that occupies quite a bit of my time. But beyond that, we started staging rehearsals for the opera I'm in. I was cast as a chorus member, so I'm like one of the background people who sings in the large ensemble stuff. And they were giving us like kind of like mini roles, like ways to play the character on stage, so that way you look like a real group, or like random group of people or townies, rather than just being like, hey, look, we're the chorus. Like, so they decided to cast me as just like a father with 2 other people, one the mother and one being the daughter. And then they proceeded to have me staged nowhere near my mother, or nowhere near my wife and my daughter. So it's like, oh, you gave me this role, and now I can't do anything with it. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing in the opera. They also gave me like 1 super last minute role, and then I tried to try and learn lines in like a matter of a day and a half, and it didn't happen because I was working in between those 2, so that kind of sucked. Beyond that, I've also been streaming. We did a Terraria stream with Austin here and another friend of mine, Lane. That went super well. I'm happy with it. Spent a lot more time fishing than I probably should have.
Hey, we got golden
But
crates and iron crates. It's all good.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. I like fishing. I just don't know if other people like fishing. Anyway, and then on top of that, I played some more Pikmin 2. That's what I've been currently been streaming lately. We were now hitting like late game, so everything's really difficult. I'm losing Pikmin left and right. We finished. Have you guys played Pikmin 2?
I have not.
I have not.
Okay,
Jinx, buy me a Coke.
No.
but are you guys familiar with Pikmin as like the series?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So in Pikmin 2, you go like cave diving for treasure. And every cave has like some sort of funky little gimmick in it. And I encountered so I've been hearing about this cave for actually weeks now, because I've been streaming the game. I get a rando pop in, and the rando's like, "Yo, have you done Sunken Castle?" And I'm like,
No.
Not yet. And this happened like at least 3 times, and I'm like, what the fuck is Sunken Castle? Like, why is everybody all talking about Sunken Castle? And so I finally get to Sunken Castle last week, and this absolutely confirmed the fact that I should not be playing horror games on stream, or maybe I should be playing horror games on stream, because, God, I am so bad at dealing with suspense and like sudden things happening and like managing things under stress. And so as a result, it was like, in Sunken Castle, there's this indestructible creature that drops from the ceiling after like 2 minutes pass in a certain sublevel, and it will chase you around trying to like roll you over. And it's like, you don't encounter it anywhere else in the game. It's just this one section of the game that's like, and when it first happens, it's like, what the shit? Like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. So then I went, okay, so it happened as soon as I like brought an item or killed an enemy or something. I'm like, it must be a trigger. That is my instinct. It's like, it must be some sort of trigger. So in the next cave, I'm going around super carefully, trying to like not trigger it to spawn. You know, I'm gonna wait and put all my treasures by the exit point, and I'm gonna make sure not to uncover the exit just in case. That's like undigging the exit to the cave is what causes the trigger or whatever. Turns out it's a timer.
So your careful planning has backfired.
Yeah, exactly. So then I had to spend the next 3 minutes gathering treasure while being chased around by this giant roly monster. It was brutal. I lost 53 Pikmin in that cave,
Jeez.
which is out of 100.
Oh.
So over half of my Pikmin numbers were just absolutely detrimented by that cavern.
Oh.
And now we're in late game. Like we're in the final area, and it's just, it is balls to the wall hard. But that's been my life.
Is Pikmin 2 the Pikmin that you get purple Pikmin, white Pikmin, and the pink Pikmin? Or is that Pikmin 3?
Just the purple and white. And the last one, you get the rock Pikmin and the pink Pikmin, which is Pikmin 3.
Okay.
Yep. And then Pikmin 4 is non-existent, I guess. We get Hey Pikmin. It's not good. Don't play it. It's a real shame about that franchise.
I know
I didn't even
Olimar
know
is a
there was
piece
a
of
3.
shit in Smash. That's all I know.
Oh, he's hilarious. I love him. I don't play him, but I have a respect for Olimar. Especially a newfound respect after playing his games. It's like, oh, wow, you deal with a lot of shit. Also, Olimar is like one of the most hilarious characters. Like, his inner monologuing is fantastic. So like every piece of treasure that you collect is something that has like something to do with like he writes a little journal entry about it. And at the end of every like day or whatever, I'll go through and I'll find all our new treasures and I'll read our journal entries on the treasures. And some of it is like really interesting or deep, or some of it is just like really funny. Some of the dialogue is really great. At one point, the computer is like, "Man, it must be so nice that you have friends." Except for no, everybody has friends except for me. You can't be friends with a spaceship, and it's like,
Aww.
it's just the dumbest line I've ever read in a video game. It's just like, friends are great. Too bad you can't be friends with me. And it's like,
Why? That's so sad.
but it was just so sudden. Oh my god, it was definitely like the highlight of the stream, on top of like being chased around by a giant roly monster. But it's so much fun. Highly recommend Pikmin 2. That is by far, it's one of my favorite Pikmin games thus far. Pikmin 3 is also super good. Haven't played Pikmin 1. But anyway.
I remember playing Pikmin 1 a little bit, but it just kind of like, I don't know. I was too dumb and young and stupid to actually do things correctly, so I would always fail. Like,
yeah.
I feel like the nostalgia, I still have like nostalgia stuff. I still want to play MW2 on like the old days when Xbox Live Party Chat was the thing and you got cursed out and everyone was fucking your mother kind of thing. I want to go back to that.
I mean, now on Modern Warfare 2, because I still play it pretty casually on PC, it's toxic. I mean, it's usually someone just cussing out a hacker, but like, you know.
Well, that's the thing. It's all the hackers. And I really don't want to deal with that. There aren't a crazy amount of hackers on base Modern Warfare 2. It's just like I'd say every third server you're going to get one.
But then there's also apparently private servers that I don't remember the name of it. It's like IW something. But those private servers are like actually like really lively, and from what I've heard, they're like bumping.
That's cool.
That's the thing. I just moved to Modern Warfare, like the new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just moved to
I've
that.
only like the only thing I remember about Modern Warfare 2 is looking up a YouTube video on it like years later, and like somebody complaining about the noob tube, which is like using the
Yeah.
grenade launcher and like a bunch of perks that made a insta kill weapon that would kill across map, and like literally people like, oh, this is like the common path for squads to follow, so they'll shoot noob tubes until they get like a airdrop or something, and then go into some sort of like pilot thing, and then they get the 25 kills and nuke and end the game, and it's like, wow, you
Yeah.
did that in 13 minutes. Incredible.
Yeah, the strat is you get the Harrier, then the Harrier will get you Chopper Gunner, and then Chopper Gunner gets you nuke.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's such a dumb combo.
it's great.
Bad game design.
Yeah,
Modern
the
Warfare
entire
2.
game, the entire multiplayer is designed pretty poorly, but
Yeah.
that's part of why everyone loved it so much.
Oh no, my favorite like sport game is like Blitz, NFL Blitz for the N64, where there's no fouls. You can just like jump at people, and where like strong arming at the perfect timing will literally push an entire team down.
Lol.
It's so unbalanced. It's great. But
Yeah. So that's what we did last week. I feel like we're going to get into housekeeping, do news, do the TED Talk, but I also need Babu. I will kick it over to you when things happen. But anywho, thank you for making it this far in the podcast. Holy crap, this is episode 7, and we're nearly going on about an hour and a half now. Or hour and something. Hour
sorry,
15. It's
the
fine.
third person is adding time.
We're a talkative bunch.
Exactly. It's all right. I don't care. What are we doing? We have some things to shill out, like our Instagram at instagram.com/averagetalkspodcast. Remember to send your questions to averagetalkspod@gmail.com, which no one has done. Remember,
You have to
please do that.
Specify. Yeah, it is for the Dear Average segment that we would like to have, where you submit an advice question. You know, you're asking for some advice, and you get advice from two incredibly average individuals and maybe a guest.
Yeah. What
We'll
else?
probably tell you to just die, but you know.
No, we're not going to tell you just to die.
Okay, I might.
Okay, Justin will, but
It depends on the
I will
situation.
try. Anywho, we do have a Discord, link in the description below, also in wherever it is on our RSS feed, which, Justin, have you uploaded another
It's been a
So-
busy week.
Okay, I know it is. I'm just messing with you. You need to send me that information, because I'll probably just do it instead when I'm uploading
yeah,
stuff.
you have the login. It's Libsyn.
Okay,
If
cool.
you just, like the login's the same as
The things.
Google.
Yeah, gotcha.
Don't steal our stuff.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. When also we have our fabulous guest, Babu. Babu, please
Hello.
shill out anything you want to shill out. Your Twitter, Instagram, Twitch stream, whatever.
Okay, so pretty much everything is terrible. I'm terrible at social media, so I can only give you the Twitch thing and hopefully my Discord link, which would be great if I could hand that off to you guys.
Yep, just send that to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Make
so,
it an infinite.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep
Yeah.
an infinite one on my stream all the time.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
because someone didn't do that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I make mistakes. I am human.
So you can start watching my stuff at twitch.tv/babatosh. Eventually I'll get a YouTube channel. I haven't quite gotten all the stuff figured out for that one. Again, join my Discord. The Discord, I will always post when I go live. I post the stream schedule for the week. This is something I've been trying to do lately because my schedule's out the window. So in order to keep things consistent, I just give all of you guys my free time, and then we take it from there. Yeah, that's really the two big things. Yeah, my Twitch and my Discord.
Okay. All right. Now, I saw this news topic already, but I saw two of them. You got me some fake or bullshit ass or real or fake bullshit ass news?
I do. The second link that I shared, I moved to topics because I want that to just be a topic rather than a real or fake thing.
Mm-hmm.
But to explain this to Babu, every week I show up with a news article. I'll actually send you this news article.
Ooh.
And Austin guesses if it is real or fake.
Oh, this is exciting. I like this.
And so, yeah, I just sent you the link, and you can guess if it is real or fake as well.
Oh,
Because
nice.
I don't
I already got my answer.
I don't keep up with anything newsworthy. Like, I'm bad. I should keep up with news, but I don't. Therefore, this segment is still possible.
So, Austin, I'll let you read the title if as long as you're done, I guess.
Yeah. No, hold on. I shall open this link. And Florida State said person who fell through.
Nope, wrong one.
Nope,
wrong
nope,
one.
Nope. Wrong one. Whoops. Not gonna cut that out.
That's the topic next week.
Nope, that's next week. Oh, okay.
Unless we want to talk about it today.
I thought we were gonna talk about it today. So we're gonna do with the other
Very
one.
well. After this.
Yeah. Jars of preserved human tongues found underneath Florida home. Good God.
So, I'll give just a quick story of this. Basically, a contractor was inspecting the house's foundation and found a very large amount of, or a lot of jars of human tongues under the house inside a crawl space, and he reported it to the police. Real or fake?
I'm hoping it's just like some, like, I don't know if it's human tongues.
Yes, it is human tongues.
Is it? God, I'm gonna hope it's fake, but it's probably real. And it's Florida.
What's your actual guess?
It's real.
Okay. Bubba, do you have a guess? Or did you just know?
It's Florida. It has to be real.
Well, this is in fact real.
Oh, what the fuck? Come on.
So, what it actually turned out to be was this house was previously owned by, I don't really know how to pronounce his name. It says either Dr. Baugman, Baugh, man.
I'm gonna assume that's Bachman.
Bachman?
It
Bachman.
looks
There we
it
go.
looks like German turned to English, but anyway.
Okay, yeah. So he was a professor at, or I think he was a professor at UF. Either way, he worked at UF in the 60s and 70s, and it turns out that these tongues were a part of a research thing that he was doing, and like back in the 60s and 70s, apparently they noted that the jars are from some of the jars date back as far as 1960s. This is a different article that I'm reading actually, but yeah, so he was doing some type of research with them, and a cool place, like, temperature cool place to store them was in the crawl space, and then he and his wife had just completely forgot about him and left him there. And apparently, one of the spokespeople for UF was like, I don't know what policies were going on back then, but that would certainly not fly today.
Good to know.
So don't try to take any tongues from UF.
No. Not going to. That's just weird.
But yeah, gladly this wasn't any like sadistic person or anything. It was like the police are just like, we're verifying everything at this point, like, but they don't think it's anything criminal. It's just some guy was studying tongues.
Okay. No, I thought it was something criminal. I'm like, oh no.
So did I when I first saw it.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
All right. Now, the next one. I do want to talk about this one, because this one's funny and also bad. But I don't actually know.
All right, funny, okay.
Well, okay, slightly funny. Like, a person just falls through a third floor?
They did not fall through. They did not fall through the third floor. This person fell off the third floor.
Oh,
They fell from
oh
it,
God.
off the balcony.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
This
not
person's
funny.
dead. Oh, no.
So I actually just wanted to talk about this because in my time, I have frequented, or I have gone on to r Watch People Die. I wouldn't say I frequented it, but I went on to it, I would say maybe once or twice every few months when I was in college, just, maybe one day I was stressed out, just wanted to watch some people die. And a lot of the times you'd find videos of people jumping off buildings, and it became a realization that when you jump off the third floor, like specifically the third floor, you are too low to guarantee death. And so if you're trying to commit suicide, always jump from a higher floor than the third.
The more you know,
'Cause
don't
the
actually
third-
kill yourself. We love
Yeah,
love
yeah,
you.
don't
Don't actually do it.
Preface this with
But-
don't kill yourself.
Yeah, don't kill yourself, especially not by jumping off a building.
Jesus.
But
Just in
from
general.
the third floor, from the third floor, it's very dependent on how you land, and usually it's like you'll like break your legs or something, which is a lot less than ideal, or at least less than ideal depending on the situation. I guess depending on what perspective you're looking at it from. But yeah, I want to say the situation, like the person I read through the article at the beginning of the week, or I guess middle of last week. It's been almost a full week since I've seen this article. But I want to say, like, I know it wasn't a student. It wasn't an FSU student. It was someone from off campus. And I think they didn't mean to fall or something like that. Like, they actually fell rather than jumped. But, like, because I want to say people saw the person, like, holding on and, like, trying to not fall, and then they fell. The person did survive. They broke, I think, their legs or something, but if this person was trying to kill themselves, again, third floor, not the best idea.
Don't
But,
though.
yeah, just don't do it in
Moral of
general.
the story.
But yeah, I guess they were more or less lucky that it was the third floor if if this wasn't on purpose.
What do you do on the third floor of a law school? What do you do?
I want to say that there was a library there. So I haven't read the article. Like
How is there
it
not
was either-
railings and shit?
there is.
I'm sure somebody, if you're trying to, well, the question is if they were going to fall off, how do they fall off if there are railings?
Oh
'Cause
no,
it
the
would-
person jumped. Okay,
okay.
witnesses told police that they jumped. Okay, I'm looking at it now.
There we go.
Yeah, so the person did jump, but
Okay.
and apparently a class full of people saw it happen.
Oh,
Oh,
And yeah, so yeah, this person jumped off, and it's always frustrating. Like frustrating for me watching someone like especially This sounds a lot worse than it is. Oh God. Because I'm trying to say it's frustrating watching someone jump off the third floor of a building.
well, you feel
But that
bad.
sounds a lot worse
You
than
feel bad for this person, and you want them to be better, but unfortunately, it's
Yeah.
not.
And all it does is, I guess, make things worse for them because or maybe it's, I don't know. I guess they're leaving fate up to it, or leaving it up to fate. Maybe like, the jumping from the third floor. If they survive and like they realize that it was a mistake, then like maybe their lives will be better, or maybe they die and then they're dead.
I'm not flying that one, Coach, but
What?
It just
I can't quite buy that one.
yeah.
But for me, it's like suicide is just never the answer.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there.
All right.
man, news blows.
Yeah, news sucks, man. Like, this is why I don't keep up with news. News is stupid and weird and just depressing. Although, the
Yeah.
funniest headline... Or I say funny, it's still bad. Like, everything is bad, but slightly funny is the coronavirus has actually cut the CO2 emissions by China in half.
Oh my God.
That's actually really impressive.
Like, it's impressive, but also scary. Like, what the fuck?
I think isn't that like a? It's not because people are dying. I think it's because people aren't leaving
Yeah,
their
they're
house.
not
and therefore
going
it's
out.
Like cars aren't being
Yeah.
driven and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
people are
'cause-
just not leaving home because they're like, fuck this, I don't want to get the virus and die.
Yeah, for
Right,
the
right.
most part, it's not a life-threatening thing. It's just like the people who are dying from it, for the most part, are the same kind of people who die from like the flu or anything else. It's people with like weak immune systems, usually elderly or babies.
Still bad, but still.
I mean, yeah, it's not
it
great,
is.
but-
It's still bad, but yeah, like in this case, yeah, it's definitely mostly just because people aren't going out and places are being like quarantined and shut down and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't be against a large wipe of the human population because, man, we are making some
Oh,
issues happen.
we're taking that route.
Look, Thanos just had the right idea. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
snap and get rid of half of us, and then boom.
Well, his problem was that he got rid of half of all life, which doesn't
Yeah.
actually change anything.
No.
No.
Well, the space is still the same, isn't it?
Yeah, the space is still the same, but like, it halved all the food, all the animals.
Yeah.
Okay,
All that,
yeah. No.
like-
We need to just have half of the humans. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, I can't. Okay, I say that jokingly and somewhat serious. Like, I'm expecting there to be a large. Like, we're already kind of plateauing in terms of the amount of population that we're currently having on Earth. Like, we've started the plateau. It's no longer that exponential curve that we've been dealing with for years. And inevitably, we're gonna have another Black Plague situation. I'm sure of it, probably within our lifetime. But I don't want like half of everybody I know to be dead, like that. No,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
no.
You would, if you're gonna Thanos snap, you gotta think, kill half of the humans that I don't know.
Jeez.
Right, but that's literally statistically, that would be a very statistical. That'd be a statistical anomaly. That's what that would be
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
that were to happen.
All right. Well, it's time for the TED
So-
Talk.
Yeah, possibly taking a more light turn.
Hopefully. Maybe.
We'll see. Okay, so I do have a topic for this TED Talk. So, as you know, well, no, you guys don't know this. As I know, I work at a church. Because I'm a singer, it works out that, I get paid as a chorus member. I'm the baritone intern, despite being a tenor. Please don't tell them that.
Nope. Hope they don't listen to this podcast.
Right. Anyway, they probably don't care. Because I'm an alright baritone. But anyway, it's a Catholic church. Which, it kind of like, I'm about to talk about the two things that you never talk about, which is politics and religion.
Welcome to Average
So-
Talks, where we sometimes talk
Yeah.
about both.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's a Catholic church. And this last weekend, it was like, I was not happy with the way certain things went. They've already made their stance on homosexuality, and I'm happy with the route that they chose. It's much better than the Methodist route at the current take, which is they believe homosexuality is a sin or whatever, and apparently there's going to be a massive split between the Methodist church, like the new and the old or whatever. That's going to happen over the summer, and it's going to suck. Because, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really too religious myself, but it's going to cut numbers in half or whatever, which is what everybody's trying to push is like numbers. Anyway, so the church I'm currently working at, they just started a campaign, so to speak, and it's called 40 Days of Life. Here, I want to do this. You guys, I want to hear your guess on what the 40 Days for Life campaign is, if you don't know already.
I know already. You talked about it on
Okay.
stream, and I was on
That's
that
right.
stream.
I don't know, but considering Catholic Church and politics and whatnot, I'm gonna guess it has something to do with being pro-life.
Boom, you nailed it. Good on
Booyah.
On the fucking head.
But yeah, so apparently they started this this campaign called 40 Days of Life, and it involves getting members of the congregation involved for not protesting, praying in front of local abortion clinics. Which, okay, this is my little side note. When the first person came up to there, and she was like, this old lady comes up there and she's like, "Did you know that here in Tallahassee?" Sorry, am I allowed to say that?
We've said it before,
Okay.
or Austin has said it before.
Yeah,
So.
Did you know that in our town, they have opened 2 abortion clinics, and they have dealt and every year they have met a goal of 2,000 people at this clinic and 5,000 at the other. And I'm like, first of all, it's not a goal. They're never
No,
trying to
no.
meet a standard. It's not.
No.
It's not
I
like
was about to say.
It's not a
It's
standardized
not like
test.
officers. No. And it's not like oh, you have to meet a quota for the number of babies that you've killed. No.
Oh God.
Anyway, so she phrased that, and I was like, and she's like, and did you know that one is on X Street, which is right next to the college campus, where there are currently attending another 10,000 undergraduates and like etc. And I did like a little mini pop off in my head. I was like, hell yeah, yes. Because okay, my take on abortion is it's up to the choice of the person who is having the kid. If they think it's morally wrong and they don't want to go for it, sure, that's fine. If they want to have that as an option because they literally can't take care of a baby, they should have that as an option. See what I'm saying here?
Yes.
I follow.
Yeah, because like, for me it's like, okay, I'm in the boat of, look, if it's not hurting anybody, I don't care if you do it.
I'm in that boat.
I feel the same way about drugs. I feel the same way about alcohol. It's like, look, you're not hurting anybody. You're not hurting yourself. That's cool. You know what I mean? And abortion is one of those things where it's like, it's not up to me to decide whether or not you should go ahead and have the kid. It's up to you. And if you think the most responsible thing for you to do at this moment is not bring new life into this world, then I say go for it, because I'm not about to watch your life and whatever kind of life that you bring into the world fall apart because you couldn't make this decision on your own. Anyway, so that happened. And it's a Catholic church, which means that there's 3 masses, which also means I get to listen to the same message 3 times in a row because I work there. And it got the first mass kept it kind of the same. The second mass kept it kind of the same. The third mass is what got me. The guy who was preaching, he wasn't the pastor. There's a different term for them. So they have like the Pope, and then they have the priests, and then they have another group of people underneath them that also, like, apparently if you're a priest in the Catholic religion, you can't get married. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of know the rules, but I also don't.
Yeah, so anyway, it wasn't a priest who was preaching that day. It was somebody underneath them. And he pushed this agenda, which was, at first he was talking some of the things that Jesus did to, protest. And it was like peaceful protesting rules. Like, if you get slapped on the, on the face, turn the other cheek, etc., rather than resorting to violence, which is something I'm kind of for. I'm not a huge fan of violent reaction for violent reaction. I'm a pacifist pretty much by nature. And, he gave us good examples, and then he even, implemented historical things. So, one of them is, if somebody tells you to walk for a mile, walk for 2. Apparently it was against the rule for Roman soldiers to have people carrying their luggages for over a mile. It was against the law. Therefore, as, if you follow this X commandment by following whatever he says by, walking 2 miles, he could actually be tried and put to jail for that, which is, again, a sign of peaceful protest, where you let the man incriminate himself, and then the law takes care of it. Which I thought was really interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he goes on to this, and then he brings in the abortion thing. And he's like, and today, this, for the next 40 days, we're going to be pushing our protest for anti-abortion. Now, this is where I have an issue, which is, I don't care that they're against it, okay? If that's what they want to believe, sure, go for it. The part that got me is when they said you should call your senators and tell them that you want to pass laws to make this illegal, that you want to do all this kind of stuff. And for me, that is, first of all, that is against the law, period. That is a what is it? It's a combination of pushing religious ideals into politics, which isn't legal to my knowledge, because we're a country that represents all forms of religion, not just Christianity.
I believe we're also a separation of church and state.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So when they pushed that message, I was like, okay, that is fucked, because you literally came in here and you told at least 600 plus people today that abortion is a sin, and if anybody actually really commits to this religion, which they're Catholics, I can't not to say that all Catholics follow the laws to that level of whatever's, but
they can be fanatics.
The diehard ones are
exactly.
definitely, it's black or white.
And so when they pushed that agenda, I was like, you just came in here and you told 600 plus people to vote against something that they find to be sinful, not something that should be, they believe it's wrong on a level that isn't,
Murder.
right.
Like,
which is that's kind of the only backing that they have, is that they believe that it's murder, and murder is in fact illegal. But beyond that, it was like, no, don't go tell your senators that. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. If you want to convert people and like try and change their minds and convince them that they shouldn't do it, sure, go for that. Do not make it an illegal thing, because people deserve to have that option as a way of, living. But that was kind of my moment right there, where it was like, okay, you just said something really dumb. And part of me is like, because they literally broke the rules, part of me is like, well, I feel like somebody should report this. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not about to lose my job, especially this new one that pays really well over something, that some guy who wasn't a priest said something for. It's very possible that he probably, I'd imagine that the priest who was sitting there listening to him talk probably gave him a hard talking to afterwards, saying like, yo, you cannot say that in front of people. At least I hope that was the case.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah, but that's my TED Talk for today, is separation of church and state should be definitely stronger at the church I'm working at. And that even though you'd find abortion to be something wrong, that doesn't mean that it should be something that's illegal. In the same vein that, like, I think cigarettes are really bad for you. In fact, I think that they should be more illegal because they just straight up kill people. But that's not entirely the case. Some people, in theory, could use cigarettes as a form of medication. People use it as a way of stress relief, even though it's unhealthy. I could say the same thing about potato chips or alcohol. It's like, it's not great for you. And, people who know that this stuff isn't good for you, they won't do it. Or, they'll find a way to recover from it. They shouldn't have to, make all cigarettes and alcohol illegal. They already tried that once. It didn't work out well.
Yeah. Prohibition was a bitch.
Oh, yeah. Because, people are still going to do bad things. I feel the same way about weed. It's like, I personally don't smoke it. I just don't, A, I don't have the time. B, I don't want to spend the money on it. And C, it's like, it's just not something I'm that interested in. However, it's, people use it as a relaxant, and then thousands of people are getting arrested for possession. And it's like, yo, that ain't cool.
Yeah.
Like, we're filling up jails with random people because they smoked weed once.
Yeah.
Or, they were caught in, possession or whatever. Anyway, I mean, it's gotten a lot better for the weed thing. But I still push the agenda of abortion, where it's like, if you find it wrong, just don't do it. You can try and convince other people to not do it. Just don't make it illegal.
I can agree with this.
Yeah, I'm on board.
So that's my TED Talk for today.
It was good TED
That
Talk.
was good TED Talk.
Thanks.
Better than ours.
Yeah. No, seriously.
No, generally I have some sort of like, I don't know, I have some sort of inner monologue going on in my head all the time. So it's nice to suddenly have a place to shoot that out.
See, the most time that my brain is actually functioning and doing things that are just not work is when I'm at work and I'm singing sea shanties because we're closed and I have nothing better to do other than block.
That's hilarious. I do the same thing at my work. I sing arias when we get really
Fuck
busy.
yeah.
I'll hum them. And it's like, people are like, okay, so we got like a line of customers out the door. We've been working nonstop for the past 2 hours, scooping ice cream, and Riley's in the corner singing to himself. Like,
I'm going to have to bleep that.
oh, you're right. My bad. Sorry.
Nah, one.
And Babo's in the corner singing to himself. Anyway. Which my coworkers actually, they were like, I like this. It adds to the chaotic energy that we're dealing with right now. Scooping ice cream isn't all fun and games.
It doesn't sound like it's fun and
Fun fact.
games. It was
Some days.
never something that I
You
found enticing.
I got my issue with some people. They'll come in, they don't tip me, and it's like, are you kidding me? I spent like half an hour making this banana split for you.
Nah, you tip your waiters.
Not half an hour, but
You tip the service people that
Tip your
deal
servers,
with your
yeah.
food. You tip all those people.
yeah, you tip us more. You're like, no, tipping in general is just like, it's a standard. We don't get paid minimum wage, so therefore, it's expected that you tip. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Especially even if you just like the company, like, let alone the server.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but I like this restaurant.
I've
Yeah.
Just tip
I've
the
had times
person.
where we like Valerie and I have had bad experiences at a place, and like it was like on like the kitchen side or something like that, but we left a high tip because we didn't want the waiter to think that they did anything wrong.
No, yeah, exactly. Or like, vice versa. The waiter does a bad job, but the kitchen still gets a portion of the tips for the night.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise
Yeah.
it'd be an
Ludicrous.
entirely different matter. Again, if you like the restaurant itself, or the employees or something, if you like any portion of a place that you go to, you should tip. And if you don't, just don't eat there.
There, it was actually funny you say that. Where I work is really close to a Five Guys Burgers and Fries, and these people know me because every Tuesday I call beforehand, I tell them what I order, and they always for the past several months, I just have to call and say hi, and the girl on the other line already goes, "Hey Austin, I know what you want. See you in a little bit." I'm like, "All right, cool." That's
Nice.
I should not spend that much money at that place, but I do. But
No,
every time I go, I just get stuff. What's happening?
I dropped my ring and she's saying that I divorced her.
Don't put the ring back on.
I
Stop
did.
playing with the ring. All right, anyway.
No,
But yeah.
he said put the ring back on and I said I did.
No, I said you
You're married to me now, you son of a bitch.
Wait, what?
I don't have a ring.
You were us.
We're all
Apparently, I'm
waiting,
coming
trying to
over
listen.
tonight
you kicked out because you got that.
because I'm kicked out because I got divorced.
And then remarried to me.
What a great dynamic we
I
got
love
here.
this. All right. No, but yeah, they know me well enough. I'm actually currently saving up some stuff just to drop a big ass tip one day,
Yeah, no, and that's
because it's like
that's cool.
I don't tip often when I go there, just because I'm like, I'm already paying an arm and a leg kind of deal, and you got
yeah.
and from what I've been told from essentially the head person, that she gets paid well and the servers get paid well. I'm like, all right, good. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drop a fat Hondo, maybe a Hondo 50 one day.
Hot.
So
I've always been worried about so recently I used to attend a lot of Smash Brothers tournaments in here in
Woo.
town. I still do in my free time if I get the
Do they
moment.
smell bad?
I play.
Before you continue.
Oh. Okay. Fun fact. So there's actually a bunch of top level players who came to our town to play Smash Brothers, and it officially became known as, like, people would come and they'd leave and they would tweet about the smell.
Yeah.
Especially in
Aw.
our area. For whatever reason, okay, it's already really bad at nationals. I've been to one national. It was not
Yeah,
fantastic.
I've heard of how
And
bad they smell.
I've lived around enough Smash players to know, hey, you're a bunch of middle schoolers. You don't put on deodorant. Like, learn, bathe yourself, wash your ass. Anyway, yeah, no, people would leave and they'd be like, hashtag tally smell, because that is how bad it was. I kid you not. Tallahassee has one of the worst reps in terms of Smash Brothers players and the smell. Like we had literally some of the worst players for our game existing in this place. And I don't want to talk too much crap because, I'm a part of the scene here. I like the people, I guess.
it's just someone.
just smelly.
Some of them need to wash their ass.
They smell bad, and they say a lot of dumb shit. They don't think before
Yeah,
they
that sounds
speak.
about right.
We recently there was the best PM player in town playing at an Ultimate tournament, and he got angry in this video on stream, and it went viral, and it has been viral for now a year and a half. And recently, the best player, Zero, I don't know if you've heard
Yeah.
of him.
I probably have.
Yeah, he caught wind of this video and actually put it into a video 2 years after it had happened.
Oh,
And it's like,
I need to see this.
oh my god, it's the worst. I cannot believe
I need
this.
to see this.
Yeah,
The
I
dude
need
like
this.
I'll post it in the Discord after this or something.
Yes.
But he like slaps the table of like a tournament after losing a match. And he's like, "Come on!" And like everybody's like, "Yo, you can't destroy the venue. we play at a restaurant. They let us use this space to let us play our game. you can't do this, which we no longer play there anymore. I wonder why. Probably because we smell bad and people like to destroy shit.
I think I know where this venue is. I think I know this venue. I might say it.
It's.
No, we're gonna hold on to that. I will say it after stream, and you can confirm
Anyway,
or deny.
Anyway, in the end, the player got banned for the tournament for 2 weeks, and Zero was like, "That's a good TO. That TO knows what he's doing," and I love that TO. So it was a like little mini pop off in my head. It was like, yes, we finally got something good going for us. But the tally smell, yeah, that's an issue. Where was I going with all this?
Yeah,
I suddenly got
I'm
into the
sorry.
Smash Brothers
I
topic.
sidetracked you so much.
I don't know. I think it was. I think we wasn't talking about smell. What were we talking about?
We were talking. I mentioned I play competitive Smash Brothers here in town.
Yeah.
And then
And
I interrupted. It ruined
about
everything.
The smell.
Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna listen back and like know exactly what you were talking about.
Oh, exactly.
I know. That's what it's gonna be. I'm trying to think. Oh.
Fucking hell.
That's a shame.
Because it's probably it was probably better than talking about how bad people smell.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a pretty good topic. Especially
Yeah,
here.
the one video that I remember watching, I don't remember who made it, but they were talking about like being at like a national tournament, like someone threw a crab at someone on stage.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like-
Hungry
Yep,
Box.
Hungry Box.
It smelled so bad that no one noticed a dead crab in someone's pocket.
Oh god.
No, that's pretty true. Hungry
Fucking
Box.
hell.
That's also that's one of those videos where it's like, dude, come on, like, okay, it's funny to hate on good players because they've been winning everything, but literally that's taking it too
Yeah.
far. Like,
I think I know there's another video going. There was like it's a guy who does There Won't Ever Be a Blank Again, and it does like movies, TV shows,
oh yeah,
people.
there won't ever be a Hungry Box.
Yeah,
again.
that one. Love that fucking video.
Yeah.
That video
I
nearly
haven't
made me
seen it
cry.
yet.
Yeah, I need
It
to
keeps
watch it.
popping up in my
it's-
YouTube.
Watch
feed.
that
mine
shit.
too.
Watch that shit.
I'll check it out after this. I'm sure I'll see it on
Alright.
YouTube. I just remembered what my original topic was. So anyway, it was about the venue that we were at. Again, it was this restaurant, and we were talking about tip service.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tips.
And apparently, yeah, I was really okay. So I go in there. I like to order food because I don't have to pay a venue fee if I come in and I eat food, and then I go ahead and enter the tournament. So it's like I get technically a $2 discount or whatever for whatever I order. I go in there one day, I order my thing, and the person serving me leans over and it's like, "Oh, you don't have to tip us." I'm like, "What?" She's like, No. So all the electronic tips go to the owner." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding
that's
me?
pretty
Like,
fucked.
that's not okay."
That-
And apparently the reason why it's legal is because they are in fact making minimum wage. So, and they do get cash tips. So with the combination of those, technically they're getting tips, and every time that they get a paycheck, it's not illegal because they are in fact making minimum wage.
That's bullshit.
However, yeah, no, but in the end it was like, well, that's it. I'm bringing cash with me from like now on. And every time I go in there, I guarantee tip at least $2 every single time I eat there in cash, because now that I have a tipping job, it's like, oh, fun fact, my debit card information was stolen one day, and I had no bank account balance, and I got to live off of my tips that I've been making for 2 months for
Oof.
a week and a half while I waited for my new debit card to come in.
How'd that work out?
I survived,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Unless this is now purgatory.
This is a weird ass purgatory.
I got bad news for you.
We're just actually demons. Sup? At least one of
that's
us is a
cool,
demon.
too.
The other
Wait,
one
which
is
one is that?
maybe an angel. I don't know.
Can I also be a demon?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway.
No, you have a voice of an angel, so you can't really be a demon.
Oh.
Ooh, ooh.
No, but I was the left sock demon. Got bring back.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh god.
It was an old inside joke in art class. And we gave everybody roles. I was the left sock demon. I think other Austin was right sock demon.
Yeah.
It's a good combo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alright. I think that was I think that's a podcast.
Yeah, Valerie's yelling
All
at
right.
me, telling me I gotta go.
All right.
yeah, we hour and 52 minutes. That's what I
Here. Let's thank you all for showing up, listening to the 7th episode of our podcast and featuring our guest Babatosh, also Babo.
got. Hello.
Thank you all again. Please share this with people. friends, family, your dogs. If you like it, if you think they'll like it, if you didn't like it, hit dislike or don't show it to people. Still show it to people, please.
I'm gonna share it, guys. So
Yeah.
you know,
But still, yeah.
you got at least one.
Ugh.
Support.
Yeah. Support. Any type of support is good support. Somewhat.
We're
Anywho,
gonna start having people like review bomb us or just like,
I'm
whatever.
definitely linking this video on my Discord when it
yes,
comes
please.
Nice.
But that's it. This has been the Average Talks podcast. We are two incredibly average individuals.
+1.
Plus one.